Hello, beautiful being. Welcome to In Her Dreams and welcome to your reading. I'm so grateful that you're taking time to tune in to see what messages are flowing in from Spirit for you. Your life is about to get even better. Really, really good. And this is because you're open to all of the experiences, all of the lessons, all of the aspects of your path that you've been guided to learn from, to gain from, to go through. It's like you've entered a state of flow that is truly divine. And it's creating magic in your world. Like you are living magic. You're living magic. 1, 2, 3 on the timer. I see you in the cosmos out there before you came into this life, and you're entering a phase now in this life where you knew that this was going to be the reward for all of your work, all of the pain that you've been through, all of the lessons that you've learned. You already knew before you came into this life that this era that you're entering was going to be the most rewarding part, and it only gets better and better. It only gets better and better. It's really amazing. That one was like out. Okay, Avenger. So there's something about your spirits handling your warfare. Whatever needs to be balanced as far as justice is concerned, your spirits are handling it. And you have protective spirits that not only live and dwell around you, but they're inside of you. It's like built into your DNA, these protective energies. Some of them are definitely ancestral. But there's protective energy that lives inside you. It's been protecting you at every moment of your life, and there are things that you've gone through that a person would be like, well, how did they make it through that? Yeah, that's why. Because your story was never supposed to be over because of those things. 311 on the timer. A couple seconds ago as I was saying that. 311, the band, Amber. Oh, amber is the color of your energy. It's like a golden aura that you have, and it represents enlightenment. Also, you're entering a golden era of your life. Yeah. The sun is coming through. Mars is coming through. Aries could be relevant. Leo could be relevant. Mentor. So one reason why your spirits have been protecting you so in such a dedicated way is because you are here as a mentor. You're meant to teach. You're meant to, I'm hearing, lead by example. You lead by example. You also teach by example. You teach by just living the way that you do. So there's not a whole lot that you even have to do to inspire people, because your presence inspires them. Literally, I see you walking through the aisles of a store, 444 on the timer, and people who pass by you, they are like, it's something that they can't explain. Your aura is phenomenal, and it makes people, it gives them chills. And there's something just in the power of your aura that causes people to believe in something greater than themselves, which is actually inside of them, divine energy. So your presence makes people believe in themselves, okay? That they have the power to do something great because they see greatness right there in front of them. It's really magical. We've got Queen here. You radiate the regal feminine. Also, there's something about, like, if you're very masculine, you activate the beauty of the divine feminine. So if you radiate divine feminine energy, you activate the beauty of the divine masculine, the strength, the power of it. If you radiate divine masculine energy, then you activate and support the energy of the divine feminine. Okay? Monk, nun. Yeah. There's something here about your selfless devotion, but that's also balanced with self-love. It's like you have a really finely tuned balance between selfless devotion and nurturing your self-love. When you help people, you truly help them because you do it wholeheartedly. When you give with a pure heart. When you help someone, you help with a pure heart. When you love someone, you love with a pure heart, which is why you might not have a lot of people around you, because you're very selective with who can come into your world because you give so much. And so anyone that you give to, they must reciprocate. Yeah. That's it? Okay, for that one. Thank you, Spirit. What needs to be known here? What's coming through for this beautiful being? What is it that they need to know at this time? Queen of Swords. Oh, and I put it right under Avenger. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting something, so we'll see how this unfolds. Oh, this may be a message for the divine feminine, but just take it as it resonates, okay? Because you can be male and resonate with divine feminine energy. It's perfectly fine. Monk nun. Wow. Wow. Oh, Spirit. Okay. So there is a Queen of Swords. There's some cold feminine energy. It could be a femme. It feels very toxic, very cold-hearted, very mean-spirited. You know how, like, you can just tell when a person loves to irritate other people? The type of person that just loves to tear other people down. The type of person who loves to have the chance to do anything to feel like they're on top. No matter what that does to other people, they don't care. There's something here about a Queen of Swords. Could be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, but this is the energy that they embody, where they're very, they use all of their intelligence, because as we know, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that's mental energy, that's air. But this person is on the toxic end of the spectrum, the evil end of the spectrum, as that exists in all of the zodiac signs. But what they do with their air energy is they are very cold and calculated in how they cut other people down with their words, with their actions, okay? This is a person who likes to slice at people with the butterfly spirit with a sword. Who comes at a butterfly with a sword? Come on now. But that's the vibe, okay? They see someone who's transforming, someone who is flying and exploring and magical, and they just want to take a sword to it, cut it with their words. This person could make very snide comments that are extremely rude, okay? This person worked with a group. They could have had the support of a Three of Cups group. All right, this feels like very feminine energy, so it could be literally females who are embodying this energy, but it doesn't have to be, okay? But they had a toxic group backing them with the Three of Cups here. But also what I'm seeing is, because this is all with Avenger, this Three of Cups represents your spirits. Okay, because sometimes when I look at the cards, I'm seeing one path and then I'm seeing the other aspect of it. You see what I'm saying? So there is a toxic group that was backing this toxic femme, toxic Queen of Swords, but they have met the power of your divine ancestors who support you. 1111 on the timer. Doors are wide open. All portals are open for there to be justice. And your ancestral spirits, your protective energies, are avenging you. They are coming after whoever it is that needs to be, I'm hearing they need to be scolded, but it feels like how a person would be taught a lesson. You see? Yeah. There are things that this toxic Queen of Swords and this toxic group have been doing over and over and over and over again. And they have been trying to shut out justice, because when judgment is called on them, of course they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear what Spirit is saying. They don't want to hear what your ancestors have to say. They don't want to hear what their ancestors have to say, because their ancestors are not happy. So at this point in time, they have no choice. They must listen. And it feels like they're being scolded. Whether that actually is what it is, that's how they're processing this energy that they are picking up on. With things that are happening, they feel like they're being punished. But it's just the universe teaching them that there are consequences to their negative actions. For Avenger, it says, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And that's exactly what your ancestors are doing. But I'm getting that these individuals, their ancestors, are trying to clean up their bloodline, I heard. They're trying to clean up their bloodline. They're standing there, they're saying, we can do better. We have to do better. I'm seeing them shake their head, like they're so disappointed in these beings that have worked together to conspire against you, to come against you. And this could, and on some parts of your path, it could have been where this Queen of Swords was working alone. 1333 on the timer. So yeah, one, alone, and then sometimes, but mostly with other people. I'm getting that they always wanted a posse. They always wanted an entourage, because they knew from the very get-go, they always knew that they never had what it took to take you down. And I heard their sword is dull. So whatever weapons they were using to attack you, whether it was their words, or it could have been, you know, I'm seeing like a sword. I think people call it an athame, when you use a sword in rituals like witchcraft, okay, where you're cutting the energy. You can kind of use it as a sort of like a wand, okay? But whatever kind of energy work this Queen of Swords was trying to direct against you, they know that they don't have the power to bring you down. And so all of their efforts have been futile. Okay? Futile. I know that the subtitles are gonna pick up feudal, like a feudal system. It's crazy. The way that it picks it up sometimes. So I'm gonna have to go in there and change it. But anyway, what I'm saying is that she knows, he knows, they know that their efforts against you are not working, okay? So you're coming through here as Bastet from ancient Egyptian spirituality. This is a beautiful divine feminine energy of comfort, of nurturance. If you have children, you are an excellent parent, but whoever it is that you choose to nurture, whether it's an animal or a human being, a human life, or a home, or a creative endeavor, whatever it is that you nurture it very well. I heard like a boss. Okay. This is card 23. This is something that helps you to be an excellent mentor, is your ability to nurture people. You pass on wisdom and help people to refine their character. People learn from you. But there's something about your mentor energy that someone was trying to manifest something different for you other than your path, something other than your true destiny. They wanted to steer you elsewhere. Tell us about this, Spirit. What did they want to do to this beautiful being on their path? Yeah, they wanted to deceive you. They wanted to tempt you, to get you to think that you were supposed to be somewhere other than where you were truly supposed to be. This is a very cunning individual. This is this Queen of Swords and their posse. They have been trying to use the Mercury retrogrades to get back into your energy. Because whenever it's Mercury retrograde, there's this like, portals are open for us to reflect on our past. But if we're not aware, sometimes we take that as, oh, this person is on my mind now. Oh, this person is texting me now. This person is reaching out to me now. Maybe there's supposed to be some sort of reunion. And so they've been trying to get back into your world just so they could bring more of this energy. Okay? That's what they've wanted to do, but you haven't allowed it. This is a very spying energy. They're watching, and you know, whoever's been stalking you, they have not a single good thing going on in their life. It's true. Because anybody who makes time to stalk you, they don't have anything going on in their world. Because if they have the option of focusing on something in their world versus you, clearly they find you more interesting, they find you more appealing, they find you more, you know. So it's sad because the best thing that they can come up with to do is to try to bother someone else. They should have something so great in their life, in their world, that they choose to nurture and to grow. But they see you nurturing and growing beautiful things in your world, and that's why they wanted to distract you from that. Okay, they tried to cause conflict to your queen energy. So however it is that you radiate divine feminine energy, whether this is through your relationships, your presence in your home, perhaps in your community, something creative that you grow or that you nurture, they are trying to cause conflict to that. I'm really tempted to say like they are wanting to do that versus they used to. And the reason why I'm feeling both is because there is a change that's happening. These beings had a whole plan for you to steer you off your path. They had all of these things that they had visualized and tried to manifest for you. All of them involved failure, depression, deception, okay? But there's something that's changing here. There's something that's changing. You have walked steadily on your path. Even if you feel like you faltered or you kind of went off track a little bit, you have still been so dedicated to your path. Now, this card is not coming through as truly religious, okay? But it has nothing to do with religion, really, even though it's monk, nun, okay? This isn't about the Catholic faith. Although somebody in here, in this group, could try to present themselves as very religious, but they're cloaked, okay? Because I'm looking at this nun outfit, and it's like they want people to think that they're very pious and very holy and they live a very sacred life, but all of that is just cloaked energy. They're trying to cloak, I heard they're trying to make a turd look holy. They're trying to make a turd smell good. Okay. That is the vibe though sometimes, right? Where people are like, oh yes, praise the Lord, and trying to act like they are a shining light in their community and all, but behind the scenes, they are the main ones, 2111 on the timer, trying to break people down. But see, the cloak is religion. The cloak is religion. You got a lot of people here holding their hands like this, and what they're really praying is for somebody's downfall. Someone that they're jealous of, someone who they think is more beautiful than them. And look at how you come through with Bastet. That's beautiful energy. Okay, this is a cat deity. So you're very, it's like your vibe is very smooth, you might be very sensual, but it's not overdone. I'm hearing it's very natural, it's very organic. And the sensuality that oozes from you is because you are a sensual being. Like your senses, you're in tune with your senses. You feel things and you honor that about your body. When your gut tells you something, you like, oh, what you telling me? No, don't go over there. Okay. You know, you're very in tune with your body. And so the way that energy radiates from you is that you have accepted your body, and this is a choice that you make every single day. 2222 on the timer. So sometimes it comes through as like, you know, very sensual. Some people might consider it sexy, but it's very high vibe. It's divine. And that's something beautiful coming through about you, is that you radiate sacred sensuality. Sex is something that is so misconceived and distorted in societies all throughout the world. And it's something that is abused by a lot of people and perverted by a lot of people, but it's truly a beautiful frequency. It's the ultimate physical union. And it's divine. It can be divine. It truly is. But a lot of people see it in a very distorted way. So the way that you embody this energy is very sacred, very divine. But and for you is natural. But this person, because see, you come through as this monk nun energy because you are very sacred and spiritual and you're dedicated to your path. But I'm also seeing this distorted feminine as this cloaked energy where they're trying to act very holy, but it is an act. And they are trying to polish a turd. Okay? So there's something here about truth coming out from your being yourself. Just you being yourself. There is truth that is unfolding, that is coming out about your experiences with these people. Also, it's like I'm seeing them try to come up with new plans, but every single time it fails, because as soon as they figure out what they're going to do to you to attack you, you've already gone on to the next thing. It's like you keep going to different dimensions and they can't reach you. They try and they plan against you, but they cannot. They can't contain you. That's what I heard. They can't contain you. They can't put you in a jar and control you. So there's something about you remaining true to your path, you remaining true to yourself and your divine passions, what your soul drives you to do. You doing that is like it shines a light of truth on whatever it is that they're trying to hide. So as the Hermit with the Ace of Swords, it's like you're not trying to expose people, but it just happens. Also, I'm getting like a very specific situation here where someone has tried or is trying to smear your name, but they're not able to do that successfully because there are doubts that people have had about this person. And so whenever they come around trying to smear your name, trying to drag your name through the mud and talk badly about you, the people that are listening, or that this person wants to listen to them, they see their desire to talk about you in this way as confirmation of their obsession over you. They're like, see, I knew someone right with them. Because why do they keep talking about collective? Like, why do they keep coming around talking about collective? Why is that their goal? Why can't they just go and do what they need to do? The same things that you were wondering about this person or these people, where you're like, why can't they just mind their business and let me live, and they go live and everybody do their thing? Other people are now asking those same questions about this person or these people. So you living your truth has helped other people to understand what's going on behind the scenes. It's almost like you're causing this hermit effect on other people. You're allowing people to see the truth just by doing what you're called to do and focusing on you. Because this other person is going around trying to get everybody to believe things about you, and it's making them look so crazy. Crazy in Love, I'm hearing that song. Got me looking so crazy right now. Yeah, so this person knows that they're looking crazy, and that's a major source of frustration for them. Because see, in that song, she's singing it. She's saying, got me looking so crazy right now. Well, what are you doing to look crazy, ma'am, sir? You know, they know that all of their tactics, which have just been on repeat, it's like this person has a bag of tricks and they just go through them. You might notice this because you've seen cycles of their craziness, of their obsessive behavior. So you're like, oh, they're trying that now. Oh, they're trying that now. Oh, okay. You want that again? Okay. So they've gone through these cycles enough to make other people wonder what the hell is wrong with them. Why aren't they getting a life? Why aren't they on to something different? And why are they still here doing the same thing? So other people are noticing. And what they're noticing is the devil energy. That's truly what's coming through this Queen of Swords and their posse. People are seeing their devil energy because they've gone into hermit mode themselves. And they're like, this does not make sense. Why is this person wanting to control the narrative so badly? And so what used to be like all cutesy and fun, and let's get in the group chat and talk about the divine collective, it's not cute anymore because other people actually want to be beside you. Other people were convinced through evil energy work that was directed against you, and also through like just smear campaigns and things that used to work in the past. They were convinced that you just may have been a little out there, or they didn't want to align themselves with you. They wanted to align themselves with people with these narcissistic behaviors. Now they've gone around the wheel enough times to figure out that these people trying to cause problems for you are stuck, and that you have continued to transmute energy. They see you as an alchemist because you're steadily moving on your path. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. What's coming through here for this beautiful being to know? Anything else about this situation that needs to be known at this time. You're laughing at something. Like, there's something that maybe used to feel heavy, or you were kind of like, should I be concerned about that? Or it could have been something that you were concerned about and you're laughing about it now. You know, I had this vision earlier today of I get visions for the collective. I love it. And if it comes up in the reading, I just let it flow. But it's like I saw in two different areas. There's a beautiful being in like a city area. It looks urban. There's like buildings and, you know, cars all around and stuff. And then I saw another beautiful being in like a jungle type vibe, and it was giving Rambo vibes, right? There's beautiful plants and trees and animals. It's just gorgeous. But anyway, so in both situations, the beautiful being is like, come at me, come at me. And it just kept playing over and over in my head. But it's like this like seriously badass beautiful being who is not scared at all. And I stayed with the vision for a while, and it was like, you know how Rambo looks, you know? And I've never seen the whole movie, but I know, you know, I've seen posters and stuff. It's like you've earned those muscles, you've earned that build that you've got. And this is like on a spiritual level, right? You might be, you know, I don't know. But anyway, on a spiritual level, that's what it's representing, is that you have earned these muscles. You have earned this ability to do spiritual warfare and to not be afraid. You are so not afraid of anybody's threats, of their tricks, of their attacks. And in both situations, they're like, come at me. You know, it's like that kind of fierceness where you're like, oh, I don't want to mess with them. Somebody might have come to fight you, but they see you and they're like, that's okay. Can we be friends? You know? So yeah, both very badass beings. And definitely from just the overall look, it's like somebody knows from your aura, from your energy, that you don't play. There are things that you've been through. You have learned how to protect yourself. You have learned how to intuit things on a level where you can't be played with. And even if there's something that you don't see in the moment, that protection that's built into your DNA guards you and guides you. It guards you from anything that would bring you down, and it guides you on your path. And so that's why you're so stable. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, laughter. That was great. Yeah. You're laughing at people who were frenemies, you know? And look at the frenemy. Okay, so, oh, they're coming behind them like that. Yeah, so definitely people who were cloaked. But look, he looks so like, I'm not bothered. Look. It's like, oh, you're so scary, you're so big and bad. They're not even bothered. Why? Because he knows he's protected. Yeah, you're off the roller coaster, but the beings who have tried to bring, look at how this landed. Anybody who's tried to combat you and bring conflict your way, they're now feeling like they're on a roller coaster. They're on the roller coaster that they were trying to have you riding on. That's what they're going through. This is Ace of Swords. Facts, okay? Yeah, they're going through highs and lows. Anything in their life right now feels very unstable. Okay, I'm getting a flashback to today. I was in the grocery store because I was craving salmon. I love salmon. And as I was coming out of the store, I saw this guy wearing a shirt and it said, I love mentally unstable women. And it stayed on my mind for a minute, and it took me to a download that like there are beings who wanted the divine collective to become mentally unstable. Like that's literally what their goal was. They wanted the divine collective to become unstable, mentally unstable. And why is that? They didn't want you crazy or unstable or whatever, however they wanted to, you know, change your world or define you. They didn't want you that way from the beginning because they knew that you had your ish together. They wanted to take you to a state of mental instability. And the reason why they wanted to create that change in your world is because that would have fed their ego to say, oh, this divine being that has it all together, I took them down. I made them like this. And now they're on a roller coaster for me. They're happy when I'm loving them. They're sad and depressed when I'm not. You know, with the love bombing and the this and the that and the smear campaigns, they wanted you like a puppet on a string. Because if they had had the opportunity to say, oh, I made them mentally unstable, they would have had such a power trip, an ego trip off of that. But now they're on the roller coaster, the very roller coaster that they hoped to have you on. I'm also getting that your divine path is what has protected your well-being, okay? Because you have been devoted to making good choices for yourself, and not just for your present moment, but for your future as well. You've been looking out for your future self. There could have been somebody here who was trying to wine and dine you, like tempt you, but that's in the past. Like, you're rejecting anything that's trying to resurrect itself like a zombie from the past, okay? Zombie, zombie. Is that the Cranberries? I don't know. It just came to mind. But there's an opportunity here for something that's consistent, romantic, and stable to lift off, okay? This could be after a time of darkness because the screen went dark and then it got bright. So a time after a time of darkness. And remember, Divine said that this is your golden era. Things are getting brighter. Things are getting lighter. I have been getting downloads of, okay, you cleared out who wasn't supposed to be there. And you have proved loyal to yourself. You have been loyal to yourself by keeping those low vibe energies and entities out of your energy field. So that has created space for someone who is stable and someone who wants you to be stable, okay? This is not a person who's going around saying, I want to make the collective unstable. No, they love your stability and they want to support you in your stability, okay? They find your well-being, your good health, you're feeling wealthy, you're feeling secure. They find that attractive. They love that, and so they want to nurture it because they have good intentions. Yeah, thank you, Spirit. Okay, they're guiding me to this Power of Love deck, which I have not used in ages, but my eyes went to it as I was getting ready for the reading, so I was like, okay, Spirit. I will do as y'all say. Thank you, Divine. What's coming through? Peacefulness. You recognize that balance, kindness, and love bring calmness to your soul. Exactly. And you know the beings that are coming to you with this peaceful energy and the ones that are not. And what's attracting this peace to you is that you have raised the bar. Your standard is like, okay, I'm going to give myself peace because now I know that I deserve peace. You know that you deserve peace. Perhaps you didn't have a peaceful home growing up. Perhaps you didn't have a peaceful relationship at one time or a peaceful community to live in. But no matter what you've experienced in the past, you know now that you deserve peace. And so you're vibing differently. You're attracting and manifesting connections that must be at a certain level of respect and of reciprocity, or else, I mean, they're not even they're gonna fizzle out before they even start. There are beings that, like, they look at you and they know that they can't mess with you. They would love to, because they see that you are so beautiful and they see your divine energy just like radiating off of you. That golden aura, I'm telling you. But they know. They're like, oh. Like, nah, I better not. Because there's something in their spirit that lets them know that they cannot play games with you. And so that's what I'm saying, is that there are certain situations, certain relationships, certain connections that will fizzle before they even get started. And just remember that that's protection. If it seems like something didn't work out and you were kind of like, oh, maybe this could work, but it didn't work out, that's your protection. But there's something about you attracting peace towards you, because you've been living in a state of self-love. You realize that love of self is necessary in order to love another. And that's why you're attracting connection and interactions, a relationship that is built on trust. You have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. And that guides you. Yeah, something about this present moment. Someone is very much attracted to your high vibes. Many are attracted to you. Few will be able to access you. But that's how it's supposed to be for a divine being who has a calling on their life. You're here to do your soul's work. So you can't be distracted by the low vibes and the envy and all of that. But there's somebody who realizes that, and they respect that, and they honor you for it. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit, for these messages. I'm so grateful that you allow them to flow through me. And thank you, beautiful being, for taking the time to tune in. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for your likes, your kind comments, your subscribes, your shares, your hypes, your donations. I appreciate every single bit of love that you send to In Her Dreams. I love you. And I wish you peace. I wish you joy and so many blessings. Take care.